Woo! All right. Good morning, goddesses. How we doing? It's Thursday. It is October 29th. Today, I'm actually going to be doing, we got booed. So we got this, if you haven't heard of it, the neighbors, like, ding-dong doorbell ditched us. And then there's this boo bag sitting at the bottom or, at the sidewalk part or whatever, and it's got candy and stuff like that. So today I'm sitting down with Atlas and we're going to craft little boo bags. And I bought this stuff from Michael's. It's like foam creatures, but we're going to make the bag the creature. And then I guess today's Thursday, so there will be more time for them to boo the next people. So it'll turn out pretty good. So let's go ahead and start off with our music. We are usually 10:10 is about the time that I hop on here, so that's pretty normal. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our jams. I'm going to be listening for the first time with you this song again. And the song it's called Lucky Me. It was a weird name. It was like Ofrin or something was the artist. So let's get jamming and then we'll hop into all the cool stuff for today. Let me turn the volume up. There we go. Okay, let's get going. There's nobody out there lucky like I am. There's nobody out there that can say my name. And nobody out there lucky like we are. We are like we are. I've been walking down the line and I gotta take time, so I better shape up. You've been trying all along, but I got you on time, so we better wake up. 'Cause there's nobody out there lucky like I am. There's nobody out there that can say my name. And nobody out there lucky like we are. We are like we are. You and me, we're so lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. All I know that we're lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. I've been walking down the line and I gotta take time, so I better shape up. Good morning. You've been trying all along, but I got you on time, so we better wake up. 'Cause there's nobody out there lucky like I am. Good morning, good morning. Out there that can say my name. And nobody out there lucky like we are. We are like we are. You and me, we're so lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. All I know that we're lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. You and me, we're so lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. All I know that we're lucky. Guess we're lucky. We're so free. Awesome. Good morning, goddesses. How we doing? Happy Thursday. Today is Body Gratitude Day inside of my Goddess Boudoir social network. So I'm going to be focusing on that today. Also, I was trying to straighten my hair, and I feel like my straightener is taking a really long time, and it still feels kind of like, I don't know, it's not straightening like it did before. I've had that thing for about 10 years, maybe even longer than that. It was when I first moved to Orlando and got my roommates. I went to Texas to visit my mom, and we got these straighteners from the kiosk. You know, they stop you and they're like, hey, can I straighten your hair? And we got them there, and it's just not working anymore. And I don't know if you have any ideas, if you have any favorite straighteners, let me know. But Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the Sexy Sunrise Show. If you've never joined me before, my name's Bianca Adelia. I have been a professional boudoir photographer for about 6 years. The whole point of the show, the whole reason I like to take a little bit of time each and every morning is simply to break the patterns that don't support self-love. So I like to start off by setting a little intention for the woman that I want to show up as for the day. And then we go into some astro chats because this is something that I use for my own personal development journey. And then we talk a bit about boudoir and some more personal development type stuff. So today we're not going to have a main topic, but I am going to share some boudoir tips with you, a little FAQ, if you will. I want to dive into something that I include in my questionnaires that I send my clients, and most likely, if you are having a boudoir shoot, you'll get a question like this also. So I want to deep dive into it so you know exactly what the question actually means. So let's start off with the intention for today. My intention, and as always, you're always encouraged to share your intention for the day in the comment box if you want to as well. I believe that when women start stepping into their power, it's like this crazy, rippling portal that we all go into, and we all kind of rise with each other. So if you want to share your intention in the chat box, you're super encouraged to do that. I'm going to go ahead and share mine with you. My intention for today is to be a woman who makes very decisive decisions and does them with conviction. So something that I have a lot of trouble with is my emotions, and kind of like being this teeter-totter. I can't really make decisions. I've got a lot of stuff for my business behind the scenes, and I need to be able to just make a decision. That's the one. Let's rock and roll. Let's go to the next thing. I need to be a woman who can do that today. So that is my intention. I'm going to keep that in my consciousness today. If you want to go a little bit deeper into these sexy sunrise exercises with me, there's 2 other parts that go along with this, and we actually have the mastermind inside my Goddess Boudoir app. So if you wanted to see a little bit about what that whole thing is, you can just go to thegoddessboudoir.com and you'll see all the information about that. We've got boudoir poses and Lightroom presets and stuff like that in there. But let's go ahead and pop into our astro forecast today. I actually redid my graphics for you guys so that it looks a little bit more luxurious. So tell me what you think about them. Boop. All right, so for the astro forecast today, we don't see any major transits, but we do have the moon in Aries today. So what that's going to mean, and I love following the moon has a really big, energetic, supportive energy around our emotions. And so this is something I like to pay attention to because my emotions kind of do this thing. So I have to keep those emotions in check. Emotional intelligence is one of my biggest focuses right now in my life. So with the moon in Aries, today's Thursday, October 29th, 2020, and the moon is in Aries. And what this is going to mean is if you are like me and your emotions do this spiky thing and things kind of can set you off really easy, today you really want to pay attention to that, because with the moon in Aries, that's going to turn our emotions into verbs. So these emotions are going to be asserted in a very it's going to be like an action-oriented emotion. So these emotions will be asserted through actions. So you really want to make sure that if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling angry, these can be positive emotions, but make sure you have a safe space around you. Make sure you have a safe space you can go to actually express any of that frustration and stuff like that. Because with the moon in Aries, Aries is a fire sign, and with fire signs, fire is always going to find its way out no matter what. So you don't suppress it completely. If you got to take your anger and put it in your pocket for a minute and then go to your safe space to express it, do that. But pay attention to the areas in which you're expressing that emotion, because none of the emotions are bad, and we can learn from them as long as we express them in the right manner. So that's our astro forecast today. I want to go ahead and pop into our Booty Bits segment. I'm really excited for this because I've kind of redone this as well. I never really stay in one place for a long time. So you'll see my stuff. If you've never followed me before, I change very frequently. I'm always doing something. So let's go ahead and take a peek. Beautiful. Okay, so again, if you have never joined me before, the Booty Bits segment is all about boudoir stuff. I've been a boudoir photographer for 6 years, so we'll talk about beauty products that will be the best for like photo shoots and stuff like that. We'll talk about boudoir FAQ, frequently asked questions. We'll talk about other beauty stuff, preparation tips for your photo shoots and stuff like that. So today what I actually wanted to talk about was something that I put on my client questionnaires, and this kind of gets me to deep dive into my client so that I know them before they even show up for their session. And so it kind of puts us on the same page and really takes out that whole awkward few minutes that could arise with a boudoir shoot. It's a very vulnerable situation. So one of the things I ask my clients is if they want their images to be conservative, implied, or tastefully exposed. And I want to deep dive into each of these because there are some key factors that are really important to note. And what I like to tell people also is if in the client questionnaire, a lot of times the women who come to me, they've either been recommended to me or they've kind of done a Google search and they don't have any idea who I am. And that's another reason why I'm doing these lives every day too, because I really love for my client to know who I am first. So it breaks that awkward thing in the very beginning. When I feel like I know you and you feel like you know me, we get going, and your pictures are always super, super magical when we feel like we already know each other. So on your questionnaire, it's going to ask you that. And I like to tell my clients that if you decide, because you don't know who I am, you don't know how you're going to feel during the session, if you put conservative in the beginning and then you're shooting with me and you're like, I feel really comfortable with you, let's get a little spicy, you can do that too. So you can change your mind. You just have to let me know or let your boudoir photographer know during your session. So conservative, when on my questionnaire, is when you never take off your lingerie. It's a more conservative approach. So the poses are more conservative. You have lingerie on the whole time. We won't do any of the like taking off the bra strap or anything like that. It's a strictly conservative feel. With implied, I like to really, really talk about the key factors in the implied session, implied session, because what this means is, and you'll see some pictures, there will be a picture of a woman and maybe the blanket will be like this, and it looks like she doesn't have any clothes on, but she does with implied. So with implied, your outfit is always on. One of the things we've talked about in packing for your boudoir session is a nude thong, so that in post-processing, your photographer can actually edit that out to make you look naked. Because one thing I do not shoot with no panties. We do braless, but I don't do the no panty thing. So with implied, you would probably like tuck in your bra straps, or your bra would be on and you'd be holding it. Or when you lay down, like maybe we would just unbutton your bra and like lay it this way. Or maybe even with the panty, we would even roll it down your booty a little bit like that. So it was implied that you were nude, but you're not actually. Now with tastefully exposed, this is going to be where you do actually go topless if you're comfortable with me and the situation feels safe and everything feels good to you and you want to do that for your partner or for you or whatever. For topless images, either we'll do, and usually I kind of tiptoe into this. I like to feel out my client, and I'm very, very good at doing that. I'm very good at reading energy, which is why I feel like I'm very good at the boudoir, because I direct the session based off of this like exchange of energy. So usually I'll kind of tiptoe to see what kind of poses I feel like you'd feel comfortable with. But this is going to be a situation where you don't have a top on or anything, and maybe we will like, we'll have your knee up this way and it'll be like covering, and maybe we'll do something like this. And so like the nipple would be covered. It would be a situation where it's kind of like you're holding yourself like this, and maybe we'll just get like a little bit of like side boob or something like that. So that would be implied. And like I said, based on how comfortable you feel with me at your session, you can change this up, because I am going to tell you that most women leave their session, and I try to really make it clear that you can communicate with me. I don't have a certain flow I go by. So usually if I'm shooting and I'm like directing everything. If my client has an idea and they're like, ooh, can we try this? I encourage that to the max. Please tell me if you have an idea that you want to do. There's not like a strict flow that I go by or anything like that. And then if you do change your mind and you're like, I feel comfortable around you, let's see what this is all about. I've got a little arsenal of super sultry poses. I've got a little arsenal of super sexy poses. We can be very like blunt. Like there's, I call it my stripper box that's in the other room. But I have these neon lights all the way in this corner. One day I will have a lighted platform. I was a dancer for a little bit, and when I went to work, there was this lighted platform that I would stand on to do my dancing. And it's been my dream to get one of those for my stripper box. But there's a pose that I do with that, and the whole idea is to take up a lot of space. And we'll kind of do this thing with our hands, and then we'll pull our chest forward. And I've done an exposed shot like that. So it's still tasteful, but it's like very like in your face exposed too. So just to go over the differences really quick, there's conservative, where that's pretty obvious, and we stay in our lingerie, and it's just kind of like a flirty, fun photo shoot. We have implied, where your undergarments stay on at all times, but we make it look like your undergarments are not on. And then there's tastefully exposed, where your top comes off. I have done one session where we didn't do panties, only because it was in my neon box. But even those are super, super tasteful. We'll kind of hike up your leg. I never shoot up your legs or anything like that. So it's kind of a dance between the client and I. Like, we kind of read each other, and we're like, ooh, you want to try that? And then she'll be like, ooh, yeah, let's try that. And then we'll kind of bounce ideas off of each other and stuff like that. So much fun. But I think those three things are super, super important to dive into, and super important to be clear before you check the box, and when you're kind of brainstorming in your own mind what kind of experience you want to have. So that is our Sexy Sunrise show today. I don't know why. I just felt that I wanted to do the booty bits today, and so we did. As always, you can find the replays on YouTube if you wanted to fast forward those, or the audio parts will be on the Goddess Boudoir podcast. And if you're interested in booking a virtual boudoir session with me, those are currently open. Go ahead and shoot me a message. I've got my tarot spread right now for the virtual ones before Halloween. And pretty much what we do for those is we set up a Zoom meeting, and I put my phone onto my spooky setup. So like in my stripper box, or I have this like haze that I have right now for the spooky shoots. I'm actually going to upload a bunch of those pictures today. And I have this really cool tarot spread, and I put the phone in the scene, and then I direct you through the Zoom meeting, and I photograph the phone on the scene. So it's really, really cool. You get 3 high-resolution images plus a 30-second teaser video. Those are my favorite. And those are $250, and it comes with lifetime access to my Goddess Boudoir app, where we do boudoir poses. You get 3 of my top-selling boudoir poses each month, along with a professional Lightroom preset to edit your photos right inside your mobile phone. And then it's also a network of like all the goddesses I've worked with in the past, and the goddesses who choose to be in this space, along with the Sexy Mastermind. The Sexy Sunrise Mastermind also comes a part of that. So lots and lots of stuff. If you just want to do the membership and just be part of the social network in the goddess circles each month, it's $44.99. And then if you wanted to actually book the virtual shoot and get lifetime access, that is $249. So super fun stuff. If you're interested in that, you can go to thegoddessboudoir.com, check it out, or just message me and we'll figure out what works best for you. And that's all I have for you today. Happy Thursday. We've got the full moon coming up. That's super, super exciting. And I will see everybody again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central. I usually jump in here a little bit later so that everyone has a chance to join me, who wants to join me. And that's all. I hope everybody has an amazing day. I'm feeling super sparkly in my shirt. So it's going to be a good day. All right, goddesses, I hope you have an amazing one, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and I'm just seeing your comments. Love you guys, love you guys, love you guys. Virtual hug. I'm just going to hug my microphone. This is what the hug would feel like. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Jessica. Love you, love you, love you. I will see you later. Bye.